Now, top altcoin pick for December: Decentraland, Vulcan Forge, or Aavegotchi. These are all metaverse plays. I want to hear all of our thoughts on these cryptos, but I also want to hear our viewers' thoughts, and we're gonna discuss these before we jump in to actually see which one's the winner of Crypto Showdown this week. But Bill, what's your pick here for December?
Okay, so let's go through the decision process. Decentraland is on Coinbase, right? So I don't know if people are looking at that as your dad's metaverse. I kind of think not. Vulcan Forge is a freight train, and Aavegotchi is, I think, a monster waiting to happen. So I'm going to go with Aavegotchi, but GHST. But I would not be surprised if Vulcan Forge took off. One of the smartest people I know at the retail level got in on that early. So I'm going to go with GHST and turn it back over to you.
Yeah, so speaking of Vulcan Forged, I'm probably talking to the same person. An employee at Token Metrics got their first 100x off of this coin. So, surround yourself with the right people. I like hanging out with people and working with people that are making 100x returns in this crypto market. I'm gonna take the and this pains me to say because this would have been a 100x for me. I'm going to take Decentraland. I bought a lot of Decentraland at 3 cents back in 2019, and I did quite well on it. I got a 2.5x out of it. And then DeFi came along and stole the show, and I jumped into DeFi, and I did quite well on DeFi. But Decentraland lately, right, over $5, and we're talking getting in at 3 cents. This one's painful, but I'd say I'm going to go with Decentraland. And the reason why Decentraland is because what I learned from NFTs this year is that the blue chips seem to hold up a lot better than some of these smaller cryptocurrencies. Now, I will say this may be a bad decision because if we go over to the Token Metrics ratings, we've got Aavegotchi over here with one of the highest TM grades. So I don't really want to fade the TM ratings, but this narrative is starting to get a little bit crazy, and I want to be in a blue chip project. Not to say Aavegotchi isn't, but Decentraland and Sandbox are absolutely blue chip projects. So, yeah, Ian, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I mean, a very, very tough question. Let me actually pull up my screen here, producer. Can you guys see my screen?
Let me stop sharing. Yep, we can see yours.
All right, yeah. So as first mentioned, all these three surprisingly have high TM grades, right? So basically our AI loves them on the daily and the weekly. Aavegotchi has an 89% for both weekly and daily, which is very, very rare. And then same thing, Vulcan Forged. So going to this, 88 and 88 on the weekly and the daily, right? And then going to Decentraland, same thing, daily and weekly, 84, 85. So if I had to go through this as a short-term trade, right? Short-term versus long-term. Long-term, I would pick Decentraland. I would say if I had to be very conservative, if I was expecting maybe a correction or a pullback in December, I'll go with Mana, Decentraland, because it has a huge market cap on Coinbase. So essentially less volatility, and Metaverse play right now is hot. I don't see that slowing down anytime soon. Then going to Vulcan Forged, this is basically $750 million market cap. And if we go to Aavegotchi, this has a market cap of basically 220 million, right? So as a short-term trade, looking for an altcoin with a low cap, I'll go for Aavegotchi. However, me personally, I'll be very cautious with this. This would be a very short-term trade. Basically 2 weeks. If it's not working out, get out. Basically using the TM grade. But Decentraland, I mean, that's a project we covered back in 2017. That was one of the few projects that came out in the first month of my ICO spreadsheet, which takes us back to those days. But I think Metaverse plays are very, very underrated because now crypto is turning into a whole new asset class. What does that mean? Right? Because in legacy markets, people build portfolios with different asset classes, right? From equities, stocks, to art, because art has a zero correlation with equities, to real estate, right? Imagine for the first time in crypto, we can now do the same thing with crypto. You can basically buy your crypto assets, your cryptocurrencies, and then buy art by having NFTs, and then buy virtual real estate in a metaverse, right? What if you could actually buy real estate in Mana or Sandbox and have no correlation to your actual crypto portfolio, right? So to me, I think this is one way to possibly weather the bear market. What if you buy land and you rent out that land and it earns yield for you? Because the theory is this: in a metaverse, if people are playing games in this metaverse and it goes mainstream, they may not care about the price of Ethereum. They may not care about the price of crypto. If gamers are playing these games and they have to buy the land, that could be extra yield for you. So in a way, it's a way to hedge and diversify your portfolio. So as a result of that, long term, I'm very bullish on Mana.
All right. Thank you, Ian. All right, Forrest, do you have the ability to sort of hit the button and see what the audience has told us via Menti?
Yep. Let me share my screen here, and it says press enter to show winner. Let's hope this works. And the winner is Aavegotchi. So Bill coming in clutch along with the Token Metrics ratings, the highest Token Metrics rating out of the three. Love to see it.
Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.